Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. So, we're going to have a special guest today. I'm waiting for them to join me online. So while we're at it, while I'm waiting for them, I'm going to say a few things. You see, I pride myself to be someone who's not very emotional. Emotional people tire me. You understand? I try to be as balanced as possible. I try not to be swayed or emotionally persuaded, which I believe is a good trait. Taste bud sometimes feels that, oh, Daddy Freeze, you are so cold, you are so distant from emotion. And being distant from my emotion helps me think straight. You understand? And it helps me hear both sides of an argument. So let us allow Victor's side to also share their perspective. Please, I will be removing any comment that is insulting or instigating. You can, don't distract them. It's not everybody that is used to social media. Don't distract them while they're talking. Let them talk. When they are done, you can now go to the comment section and in a civil manner share your perspective. Okay? I'll tell you a story while I'm waiting for them to join. Somebody's saying, talk about Pastor Suleiman's scandal. I'm here to talk about Victor Osimhen. You are telling me that I should talk about somebody else. Is that what we gathered here for? If you don't have sense, I wish there was somewhere where you could buy, maybe on eBay, or download on iOS or Google Play Store. But unfortunately, you cannot download it. So you will end up being like this forever. Just so that you will not put me in trouble like you've already put your family in trouble because they are going to have to feed you till you grow old and pass on. I will remove you from this live so you don't stress the normal people who are here to enjoy a civil conversation. So our fine boyfriend who is neither a boyfriend nor fine and does not have any sort of favor or even a destiny, let me give you rapture as I remove you from my page. Now remember that this is going to be everybody who comes here with bad manners is going to enjoy what you call spiritual blocking, destiny withholding. Okay? So for the rest of us, if we're ready, I'm waiting for them. Let me send a message. What's your handle? I'm going to tell you a story. I don't know if you guys saw a video of a woman carrying a dog on her neck. Let me send it to you, Simply Vic. The woman was carrying a dog on her neck and went to the neighbor's house to complain that their baby was crying. And the neighbor was like, the woman said the baby was disturbing her dog. And the neighbor was like, but it's a dog. The woman, yes. And the guy was like, but it's a child. And the woman made a statement, until she made that statement, I was like, yeah, okay. This is a child crying. Why are you stressing? And the woman said she was diabetic and was in danger of having a diabetic seizure. And the dog was the service dog, those dogs that can detect when somebody wants to have a seizure. And the crying child was making the dog nervous. So now if the dog is nervous, how is the dog going to be able to alert the woman of an oncoming diabetic seizure? So we're stuck in a situation where, do we soundproof the house of the child? Because you can't get your child to keep quiet. Or what do we do to protect this woman and her dog? It might look emotional. Why are you keeping a dog quiet? Why are you keeping a child quiet because of a dog? Because that dog is going to prevent the possible death of the woman. So we need to detach our emotions from things and listen to both sides properly, or else you just be swayed emotionally. Because of a dog, they are telling a child to keep quiet. Sometimes crying children can be annoying. If you know you have a child that does not stop crying, soundproof your house. And the woman should not switch rooms because of the baby. Switch the baby from your room to another room. Learn to be objective. Learn also to be, how do I put it? Simply because I'll send you the video. Everybody that sent me that video say, these Oyibo people are mad. Listen, it's not everywhere that is a gay that you can just be making noise, and everybody will be okay with it. Even my own children, when they cry like this when I was young, one of my kids, if the sun is shining, they'll cry. Rain is falling, they'll cry. Whether it's hot, they'll cry. Whether it's not hot, they'll cry. It's not everybody that can deal with that. They try, especially when you live in this London house where all of them they stay inside Paco cupboard. All of them they stay inside cupboard, and I think so they stay inside house. Sorry, London people, I not throw you short too. Make it no vex. All of you staying in Newcastle, outside London, the house they big. But those who they stay inside London, at the moment, make we tell ourselves truth. All right, so I'm waiting. Austin Uja. Okay, let me send a request. He follow why I never relocate. So I go leave my house, go to stay inside Lekpaku. Austin Uja Esquire. So, ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you the legal team currently representing Mr. Victor Osimhen, Nigerian footballer and international footballer of repute. How are you doing, Austin?
Hello, Daddy Fritz. Good evening.
Good evening, Austin. So everybody's here today, like we planned, to hear your side of the story, which I believe is Victor's side. A lot of people are saying, why didn't Victor come himself? Let me tell you, even if Victor's case is in court, he doesn't need to show up as long as his lawyers are showing up. So someone's lawyer, in my humble opinion, which might not handle a legal case, but my understanding
Hello?
of the law, someone's lawyer.
Yeah, I can't hear you clearly. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly. Do you want to come off and come back again? I can hear you clearly.
I can't hear you clearly. I can't hear you clearly, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, clearly. Let me call you.
Okay.
I can hear you clearly. I can hear you clearly. I think you need to remove your earphones.
Okay, I need to remove my earphones.
Yes, I can hear you clearly, but you can't hear me.
Okay. All right. I know what to do. Let me try that.
All right, so we're here to hear. Okay. And we can hear them clearly. I can hear clearly. Okay, so I might have to request him back, Austin. All right. To make una calm down. They requested that I lock comments. I will lock comments if you people don't behave. Oh. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, sir.
Okay, awesome. And I can hear you clearly. So
Okay.
a lot of people are saying, where's Victor? In my humble opinion, from my understanding of the law, a lawyer can represent his client anywhere, even in court. Your client doesn't have to show up for the case to be before a judge. Your lawyer.
Absolutely.
Okay, so his lawyer right here, Mr. Austin, is going to introduce himself and tell us his side of the story. I'm going to lock comments if you guys don't behave. Okay, so let me start by locking the comments, and I might release them, but if I see that people are not behaving, I'll lock the comments back. So let's start by locking the comments. Over to you, Austin. Mr. Austin.
Anyone is okay. I'm even more comfortable with Austin. Okay,
Okay.
so my name is Austin. My name is Austin Uja. Okay,
I can hear you. Go ahead.
okay, yeah, I'm the head of chamber of AUC legal practitioners. AUC is a law firm that represents Victor Osimhen. And he said I should apologize to his fan. You know, according to, he said you don't watch football, but those that watch football, they understand that the season is drawing closer. So training has been hectic for him. So he's unable to meet up for the meeting. He would have been live with you, but training and some other issues couldn't let him. Of course, being his lawyers, we are abreast of the fact, and we could, categorically assure you that we are going to tell you everything that you need to know in respect to this matter. Yes.
Okay, our regards to him too. We love him and we appreciate him, and he's done a good job for Nigeria and where he is in Italy. So without further ado, let's go to the allegations that were laid. No need for me to take your time by repeating the allegations. I'm sure you are familiar with the video. So kindly share your perspective or your point of view, or should I better put it, Victor Osimhen's point of view regarding the interview. The money that was borrowed, you know what? You know the story. You addressed it. If there's anything missing, I'll remind you.
Okay, yeah, you are correct. You have, I've gone through the live chat you had with Mr. Sita Okolo and his wife Esther Okolo. And yes, Esther is Victor's elder sister, and Sita Okolo is Victor's in-law. And yes, in the interview, if you check the interview, Mr. Osita categorically stated that this matter is already in court. And as lawyers, it's going to be prejudicial for us to discuss matter that is already in court. I don't know if you understand. That doesn't mean that when you have questions, you understand. You understand. I know you are well read and you understand how the legal system works. You understand. So if a matter is in court, I am a worshiper in the temple of justice. So I shouldn't be the one to advise my clients to discuss a matter that is already before a court on social media until after judgment is given in respect of sin, before my client will be able to state anything concerning it on social media. But I'm open to answer any questions that anybody asks to ask. And even if you have personal questions that you want us to ask about Victor, we could answer it.
Okay. Like you rightly said, the case is before a competent court. However, we all know that sometimes the workings of the court can take a while. And like they say, justice delayed is justice denied. That in no way am I overruling the power of the court. I'm only suggesting that, is there a way that the family can reach a consensus? Because before this being a court matter, it is a family matter. Two siblings are involved. I'm talking about, from my understanding, Esther being Victor's blood sister, same father, same mother. They are not stepsisters, they are not half siblings, they are full siblings. And I believe Victor is unhappy about certain things, and Esther is also unhappy about certain things. And even if we remove the video, which I usually don't encourage, people have already watched it and opinions have been formed. Now we live in a world that the television talks back. When we were growing up, whatever the government wanted to announce on NTA will gather at 9 o'clock and the government will announce and everybody goes home. Whether you like it or you don't like it, they have said their own, you can't say anything. You read a story in the Punch or Tribune or Vanguard, you cannot say anything, you read it. But today, in the world of social media, where everybody has a microphone, I sometimes like to appeal to people who already are going through a legal system to at least also speak to the court of public opinion. It sometimes might not work in the favor of your legal entrapments. However, you need to understand that in 2022, there's already a court that has sat down and judged this matter. And that court forming opinions can create biases against either Victor or the sister side. So having both sides of the story to a reasonable extent outside sometimes helps the client. I don't know if I'm making sense to you, sir.
No, you make sense. You know, you are a very intelligent person and you make a whole lot of sense. My client, Victor Osimhen, particularly who you have in high regards, you know, even though you say you don't know him, but he hold you in high regards. And
I know him now. This matter has been...
okay, so in respect to what you said, now I'm going to let you know into some of the things. You understand? Number one, like I said earlier, Osita is Victor's in-law. And this matter has gone, the family has sat over this matter. Do you understand, sir? Family has sat over this matter, and the matter was resolved within the family, and our client, Mr. Victor Osimhen, has done his part, clearly. Now, here is the problem. Osita is Mr. Victor Osimhen, I mean, Mr. Osita Okolo. Him and my client, they had some transaction. He is the in-law, you understand? They had some transaction. Now, the things that led to the transaction, you know, he made mention of a power of attorney here. If you can remember that he was given a power of attorney. I also remember when you asked him if he was a licensed agent, and he said no. Now, he is not a licensed agent. And my client, Victor Osimhen, he had transaction with him. Now, the input of that transaction are things that are going to be left for the court to look into. But I'm going to tell you this, because by the time the matter gets to the tabloids, probably Mr. Osita will be asked how he even got the power of attorney that he is talking about in the first place. The court will ask that question. But you see, my client is a very peaceful person. There are several ways he say no, because who will advise him and say, okay, now legally this is, and I say, family. You know, he's a very compassionate person. He has passion for his family. You understand? And even humanity. I don't want to start mentioning several humanitarian services he has done in Nigeria. And it is not everybody that does humanitarian services and snap picture and put it on social media. Someone like my client, he can see you and see that you are struggling, and he remembered where he come from. He said, no, this person needs help, and he does that. Now, having said that, when the issue of that power of attorney came into board, then my client looked at it. There are legal implications to it, but he looked at it. He said, "Okay, no problem." He now brought Mr. Osita close by. He said, "Okay, come, I could help you. Let's And he decided to help Mr. Osita. The entire why we are here today discussing this matter is because of the goodwill, of the good heart of our client, of Mr. Not talk about at all. And decide to bring him closer and see how he can help him. You understand? Now,
Yes.
my client, Mr. Victor Osimhen, I heard when I listened to the interview, he was saying that he has not helped any of his family. Sir, my family has budget for his family. Since 2014, they have been responsible for the family. He has spent nothing less than 60 million naira on the family. Now, sir, you are a family man. If you have, if you you decide to share money to your family, and you call all your children, for instance, probably there are 5, and you say, okay, you take 1 million, you take 1 million, you take 1 million, and these people are above 18, would you still be responsible for how they spend their money, an adult? So if I give you money and you feel you decide to lavish it because you felt my brother is up there, or you felt my in-law is up there, and you decide to, squander the money, I don't think it should be the responsibility of the player, because he is not just, the day he become an international star, he become a child of Nigeria. He has helped so many Nigerians. The other day we are at a wedding. A girl graduated and he said, I needed to, that was June, I needed to buy sewing machine, I need to set up my own shop. And Victor looked at him and said, oh, really? Go and set yourself up. There are so many other things that we don't want to talk about. You understand? Now, I already told you that this matter is before, that Mr. Osita said the matter is before a competent court of law. So we wouldn't want to get into the technicalities of certain things. But hear this. The very money that Mr. Osita is laying claim on, because I'm a lawyer, and of course, as a rational being, sir, in every story, there is always the other side.
Absolutely.
You understand? Now, the money that Mr. Osita is laying claim on, that money was meant for the family. Mr. Osita marrying into the family does not qualify him as a member of the family. So he does not have the power to share the money to the family. Victor himself, that made the money, has the power to say, okay, you take this, you take this, you take that. I don't know if you understand.
Clearly.
Okay, now, sir, you have manager that work with you.
Yes.
Who pays your manager, sir?
I pay my manager.
You pay your manager?
Yes.
Does your manager have another deal? Have another deal outside what you pay him?
No.
You are the one solely responsible for your manager.
Yes. Can you raise your face a bit so we are just seeing your eyes?
Oh, sorry. Okay, you can see my face now. Yes. So you can see me now. So do you understand, sir?
Clearly.
Do you understand, sir? So that
Yes.
we don't look at issues, we don't tell a single story. Chimamanda gave a powerful speech one time, and he talked about the danger of a single story. We cannot base our judgment on a single story. Now, this same money that we are talking about, I truly don't want to, you are tempting me to go into some nitty-gritty, and it is exceptionally unethical in my profession. You understand? It's exceptionally unethical. So there are certain details that I wouldn't want to let out at this point. Sir?
Like you also said, Victor is a child of Nigeria. and Nigeria, there's
Yes.
1,100 people watching live. I can
Yes.
guarantee that by the time we post this video, several 100,000 will watch it. Right now, there are 1,000 people sitting, living. Do you know what it is to gather 1,000 people? There's no court in Nigeria that can sit 1,000 people, not even the Supreme Court. And there are 1,300 at a point, sitting down like this, waiting, oh yeah, talk. So he is a son of Nigeria. He is a member of the Nigerian national team. People want to know. You might withhold the information that you consider crucial for your case, but at least let people be able to balance the story.
From what I have said so far, I should be able to an extent, sir. You should know that you can balance the story from it. But however, now, I want you to understand this. When Mr. Osita, he actually sworn to bring Victor down. If that is not the case, for clarity's sake, you know, there are certain issues that will also need to be cleared.
Yes.
Mr. Victor Osimhen is not owing the amount of money that Mr. Okolo is saying, or any amount at all. It's not owing him chichi. We are Nigerians. It's not owing him 50 kobo.
Okay, but
it's not owing him 50 kobo.
The 110,000, if I remember clearly, and the 90-something thousand euro, $410,000 and 90-something thousand euro. What was that money for, and how was it initially in Osita's possession? And then why did Victor request for it, according to Osita, telling him he was going to pay it back? That's a part of the story that needs some sort of clarification, if you may oblige us.
Yes, I have cleared that already. I said if the money was meant for the family. And, sir, it is not the fact that your manager, there are some, you can give a check to your manager. So your manager can go for a place, and after everything, your manager can collect check for you. I don't know if you understand.
Absolutely.
That money in the first place, Victor was not supposed to ask Osita before he transferred that money back to his account, because he's his manager. He was not supposed to ask for the money at all before he transferred the money. The money was meant for the family. And my client, like I said earlier, he placed every member of his family on budget. Since 2014, he has been responsible for all of them. The same Mr. Okolo, Mr. Osita, he has paid several his children's school fees. The same thing he does for other of his siblings. And sir, let us be rational here. Why is it that it is only Osita and his wife that is coming out? Why are other members of Victor not coming out to say anything? And Victor has 7 siblings, 6 more siblings plus him, 7. Why are others are in good book with Victor? It's only one person that is against him. And in a matter that has already been settled within whom, Victor made sure that he settled everything. He did his part and everything. He still brought it on social media. He went to court. He came to social media. You are giving your head to 2 persons to knock at the same time. This is somebody that came into the family to help you. I want to give you a very good example, sir. Can we look at somebody like Davido, somebody like Fast? These are people that came from a very robust background. If Davido had decided to cross his leg and say, okay, after all, my father has money, nobody will know his name today. Mr. Osita said categorically I'm using what he said on the platform. He said he was working in a media firm. He said it on the interview. How would you quit your job? The Bible, several you have come online to discuss the Bible, and I usually enjoy it. You understand? What does the Bible say about that? You are a family man. Because your brother-in-law is on the top there, You decide to let everything go now. Okay. I want to even enlighten you more on the issue of power of attorney. I told you that there are issues about that power of attorney that we don't want to talk about. But I want to just give you a brief legal implication of power of attorney. We have two kinds of power of attorney. We have a power of attorney with consideration, and then we have the normal power of attorney without consideration. The power of attorney that Mr. Okolo purported to have, I chose my word carefully, purported, because that power of attorney is still a question that the court is going to ask that we are going to respond to. Now, that power of attorney, it has a lifeline of 12 calendar months, 1 year. The donor has to renew it every year. If the donor did not renew it after 12 months, the power of attorney stands voidable.
Right.
Meaning anything that you do after the 12th calendar month has passed, your principal has to ratify it. You understand, sir?
Absolutely.
And this is the document. I said he was going to send you documents. This is the document that probably will have sent to you. And I've told you that issue of power of attorney is a very serious offense that we are going to consider very well in court. So I see no reason why somebody will vow that, okay, I want to bring this person down. Okay, now, the power of attorney like that he purported to have was the normal power of attorney without consideration. Now, okay, I told you, when an issue comes, I say, okay, fine. Power of attorney is a trust document. The donor does not need the permission of anybody to revoke it. The donor of power of attorney does not need the permission of anybody to revoke it. And I don't want to go into the nitty-gritty of circles of unwanting behavior issue that has to do with trust issue between my client and Mr. Osita Okolo that happened even when he traveled to Italy on a shop. He traveled to Italy to meet him, and the things that happened that he was, things that he was not supposed to say, that he would call his friend and start saying, and all of those things. Or my client will entrust certain things in his hand, and those things are not properly managed, and you can see clearly that this is not working. For crying out loud, Mr. Osita has no knowledge of sports. He cannot contribute anything in the sport. He can't. He has no knowledge of sports. So which money is he claiming? It's just like me as a lawyer now. Somebody will not come and say, okay, because this him too he want to participate in the sharing of this thing, and that a client will pay money to him, or probably my client paid money to the person and he said, oh, I hold this one. No, he has no knowledge of sports. The reason the only flaw you have is me, and to even settle issue just because we actually advise our clients about it. Now, our client came to a level and he said, okay, fine, go back to Nigeria. The power of attorney was revoked. And my client handsomely rewarded Mr. Osita. Sir, I don't understand where all of this thing is coming from. If you make a mistake as a person, you're a man, own up to it and pick up your life and more. We all make mistakes. So I don't understand where this is coming from. My client, Mr. Victor, I will repeat it again, Mr. Victor Osimhen, is not owing Osita Okolo any money at all. Any money at all. Any money at all. Any money at all. It's not owing him.
I want to open up the comment section. Let's hear from two people who have questions. Intelligent and respectful. If your questions are not respectful, I will not tolerate them and I will have you blocked. Okay, so
Can't hear you
questions, please.
properly. Hello?
Yes, hello. I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Someone
Okay,
said
so good. You said you want to open the okay.
yes. I want to open the comment section, so I'm reading.
You know, okay. Okay. Of course, because of the love our client has for fans, he sincerely apologized that he's unable to make it, and he sent his love to everybody that supports him. They call those that are genuinely interested in this matter, and people that have been praying for him. He appreciates every one of them. He's a very peaceful person. He appreciates every one of them. And for every Nigerian that have ever come across with Victor Osimhen, will testify to you that he's a great person. Will testify clearly to you that he's a great person. I'm the family lawyer.
Wow, 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 wow. Now, a lot of people are saying you are not giving details. He can't give more. I've pushed him to give details. Beyond this, he cannot say anything else without being in trouble
I
with
can't
the
hear
court, because
you.
this
I can't hear
you
you.
can't hear clearly.
No, I
Can
can't.
you guys hear me?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Okay,
Okay, I think we are good now. We are good now.
good now. A lot of people are saying you're not saying anything, and I'm trying to explain to them that according to the law, even the little you've said, the judge can get angry with you. A judge can say
What
if you
what do they want?
the detail, they're talking more so about the 400, and what he addressed that. He said, you see, I also don't want to be in, I don't want the judge to go and summon me and say, go and bring that daddy freeze. You understand? There's nothing
See,
a judge.
we would have been able to have a very decent and a very good conversation here if Mr. Osita has not stated that he has taken the matter to court. We would have opened every detail here for you. But a matter that is in court that I'm handling, sir, I will not let out all my arsenal here. And also the court is also not is highly unethical, highly unethical. But I feel the issue of the I've told you that my client is not owing Mr. Osita. He's not owing him any money at all. The money that was paid into Mr. Osita's account was meant for the family. And Mr. Osita was not supposed to even wait for Mr. Victor to ask him before him transferring the money back to his account, then for him to know how to take care of his family. So I truly, because my client is passion for his fan, I truly want us to be able to satisfy them to an extent. To an extent, even though we won't be able to let everything out. It is not our fault. We are sorry. We apologize for that. But as
Let
it
me ask
stands,
you a question. Let me ask you a quick question.
okay,
The matter
good.
in court,
Okay.
have you been served?
What?
The matter in court, have you been served?
Okay, whether or not I've been served.
Yes.
Of course, I have not been served, but of we can't. It could be that they are still filing. It could be that they are still in the process of filing, or it could be that the belief of the court has delayed service. But we have not been served.
Okay, if you've not been served, then don't you think you can talk about it a little? I'm not a lawyer. I'm just saying, does that not give you a little bit of allowance to talk about it a little bit more? At least it's not been assigned a judge.
No. The statement he made on the Instagram live, that can be used. We cannot comment on it.
Oh, okay then. All right.
But after, though, there was a time his lawyers reached out to us.
Okay.
They wrote us a letter, and we replied them. We made them understand the positions of things. We exchanged letters. You understand? His lawyers.
Yes.
He sent us a letter, and then we exchanged issues and all. But after that letter, we have not gotten a court process to that effect. But there was exchange of letter. That I can tell you.
I get you. Okay. I'll take one more question.
We are open for any questions that you want to ask.
Okay. Is there anything you want to add?
Okay. The network is breaking. Okay. Now, the thing is this.
Yes.
The thing is this. You know, I'm a lawyer and I've handled several matters. Several matters, both family matters and all of those things. And I can tell you here, sir, that one of the most sensitive and critical aspects of law is family, when it has to do with family matter, because these are blood. You understand? As much as possible, we lawyers, when a client comes to us and say, family, we go extra mile to make sure that there is peace. Because you cannot change the surname, no matter how it is, you guys are still family. So there is no way we hadn't tried to make sure that this matter is amicably sorted out, and our client has actually done his best in this regard. You understand?
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. So thank you all. Thank you so much for sharing your side of the story.
You're welcome. If you have further questions, we are ready to attend to you.
My main questions, the money, and if you are truly in court and have accepted service, which you say you are aware of the case in court.
No, hear me, sir. I said we exchanged letters. Yes, that is what is called pre-action protocol. Those are the first step we take before going to court. There is possibility that we could settle when we exchange letter, like most time we settle out of court. With the exchange of letter, we call both clients together, and we see how we sort things out. We do it most of the time because we want to decongest the court. We don't really allow matters to go to court. You understand? But
yes.
Except when it's beyond our reach, that we could no longer, there was nothing we could do about it, then we now let them go to court. So that is it. We had exchange of letters, but as for the court process, we are awaiting them. We contacted our office in Abuja. It has not been, it wasn't served there too. So we are waiting for the service. We are surprised when they even said that the matter is in court on the live IG. So we are waiting.
Okay. One final question. Please don't be angry. It may seem like I'm a bit pushy. Osita did mention that the money was, that he was some sort of agent, and the money was paid to him from another agent that they brokered the deal together. So how is it Victor's money? I just want understanding on that. If Osita says Nahim will strike a deal with this other guy and the money was paid to him, and he gave Victor the money out of goodwill, now you're saying that Victor said that the money belongs to the family. Please just clarify around that. That's my final question.
I actually have spoken about that before now. I had told you that
I'm listening.
I've told you that, yeah, I have said earlier that Mr. Osita Okolo, he has no knowledge of football. You ask him here that is he a licensed agent? He said no. He at best is a manager. So a manager, the best your manager can do for you is to go and meet your client and discuss with them and probably anything. So your manager cannot be the one saying that there is a particular percentage of money meant for him outside the agreement you both have. No. That particular money, I have said that the money was for the family.
Sorry, I just needed clarity on that. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Austin. Oh, wow. We're losing. Sorry, yes, I'm here now, but we lost what the last thing you said. We lost that.
Okay, I said that the money belongs to the family.
Okay.
It is not Osita's money. Osita does not have football knowledge for him to broke a football deal. It's only at best, which I had stated earlier, that the thing that was supposed to have given him power, which is the thing that was supposed to have given him power, is questionable. And we are going to court to determine that. See, it's because this is a family matter, sir. It's because it's a family matter. If not, I know what is best for my clients. We will not be talking about this thing here. We would have been in court long ago. But I don't want to, we don't want to say this because our client is a peace-loving person and he decided that, okay, well, let's sort this matter amicably at home, and then you now decide to come on okay, sir, what did he come here to achieve when the matter has been sorted out at home? He has decided he wants to spoil his reputation. You told him something, sir. You said something to him, which I love. You said he can go ahead and say whatever, but he should not spoil Victor's career. Because if anything happened to his career today, nobody will be talking about money. When he was on the streets, when there was nothing, how many friends did he have? How many people are owning ownership of him? But today, everybody can now associate because why? It's now a success story. But the day he climbed that ladder and he started playing for national team, he becomes a Nigerian child. So, in as much as charity begins at home and taking care of, I say that he has go and take care of yourself. And you share the money and see, I don't want to start mentioning names, but six, the one that they're not doing well. They own property, the other own property, all of them are doing well. So why is it just one that is not doing well and because your one was this thing now is not the issue? So please, we need to be guided properly so that we don't address it from the wrong perspective. I mean, how much was owing Osita? He would have paid him long ago. He had helped people beyond that. Several Nigerians are abroad today because of Victor. Several people are in school. I don't want to start mentioning schools that several people are in today because of Victor. And his family members, he pays their school fees. So how else can somebody be? We all celebrate, you say you are not a football person. Anyway, there is one player that is called Sadio Mane. He's a Senegalese player. He's a very relevant player in Africa. Why? Because of the good deed he's doing. Now, people are able to understand what he's doing because anytime he does anything, he puts it on social media. But Victor is not that kind of person. He feels, if I help you, you should go. And he has helped a lot of persons, both his family inclusive. The 6 other brothers, the 6 other siblings, why are they not complaining? Can we see this thing from a perspective? Can we look at this thing from a perspective, sir, so that we are guided properly? We don't destroy our own. If you go other countries, they celebrate their own. They celebrate their own. I was giving you an example of Fast and Davido. If they had said, okay, well, because my brother is up there and they decide to sit down, they wouldn't be there. So I think this young man has tried. But because he did not come to social media every day to say, okay, I just gave somebody 1 million. I just gave somebody this. I just gave somebody this. It now means that he's not doing anything. No. Ask every Nigerian that has ever come in contact with Victor. There are casts that we are managing in the firm that Victor gave out to people. That they are just to make sure that there is food on their table. So this guy has done well. He has helped a lot of persons. his reputation is built so high that he could allow himself to be dragged into this kind of a thing. It's not good for his career.
Okay, here's where I'm going to step in. Whatever we do, let's make sure Victor's career is not ruined. As a lawyer, I would also suggest that there's a discussion held in the family, and this matter is laid to rest. And if it must go to court, let the limits of family decency be remembered, especially since this is a brother-sister issue. Victor came from the streets. We don't want him back on the streets. He has an opportunity to move to the next level. But at the same time, I don't want to be unfair and be a judge, because I don't have the opportunity to hear the entire matter, and I'm not even trained. I'm not trained even to do arbitration, let alone be a whole judge. So if this matter goes to court, we believe it will be before a competent judge, and we believe that for now, he has shared his side, you have shared your side. Let us all hold our guns and wait for the wheels of justice to turn. I do believe that both Osita and Victor will have the opportunity to enjoy the dividends of a free and fair trial in a competent court where the matter would be properly addressed. Let us allow this to rest until the family intervenes on the family level or the court intervenes on the judicial level. Thank you so much, Mr. Austin. Guys, please remember to be respectful in your comments, and whatever the issue is, let's be careful not to ruin Victor's career or ruin his relationship with his sister. If his sister is unhappy, there'll be trouble in the family. If career is unhappy,
his family
there'll still be trouble. So let us all be considerate as we online in-laws. That's what I like to call us. All of us here, the people watching. The lawyer is a representative of the family, but we are online in-laws. Let us not scatter the matter to the point where the owners of the matter, the real in-laws, can now not see eye to eye again, because me and you, where they come the streets of social media, don't help them scatter the whole matter. So thank you so much, Mr. Austin. I do hope there's a resolution in sight, and I do hope that this matter is properly laid to rest, and the family, the dynamics of the family can be reconstructed. And at this juncture, I say thank you for joining us, and for everybody watching.
Thank you very much.
God bless. Goodbye. Leave your comments in the comment section, but let me warn you, rude, ill-mannered, insightful comments would either be blocked or restricted. Let's remember that Daddy Freeze is not a judge. Daddy Freeze only has a platform where everyone can air their stories. I'll say that again so the lawyer can hear. Daddy Freeze is not a judge. Daddy Freeze only has a platform where both sides can air their stories, and a resolution can be within our sights. Thank you so much. Nigerian judicial system, I hope I've not been in any way, I've not infringed in your job. Please, if I have...
We make sure we are within the ambit of the law. So
my intention was to bring resolution to the family, not to cause more katakata. And by the grace of God, there will be a resolution in this family. Everybody, I'm sure now, they're going to sit down and small fight here, small fight, everybody hug themselves and walk away, hopefully. Career will be undamaged.
And just for the last thing, just to say the last thing. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead. clearly.
Okay, yes, I said just to chip in the last thing, the money that was meant for the family was actually used for the benefit of the family. It's not like Victor kept it, he sent it back to the family. And as I tell you, the money is used for projects. It's used for projects that we wouldn't want to mention, but I'm going to send you personal messages, pictures of things that this same money has been
Okay.
used for, so that you know.
When money was sent to Victor, Victor did not chop the money. He routed it
No,
back.
exactly, exactly, exactly,
Okay. I got a
exactly,
message
exactly.
who says I should check my WhatsApp. Apparently, Osita is trying to send me something.
Anyway, if there is anything that is going to we already in court in respect to this matter. So
Oh,
we had only
okay.
come to say our side of the story. Whatever is going on and whatsoever is being said, my client respects you so much and respect your platform and respect what you are doing for Nigeria and how you have been able to sort a lot of issues. And we decide that okay, we need to do this, and that is why we decide to come. So
Thank you
whatever it is, the
for
matter is
that.
already in court. The matter is already in court. Let's continue. He said, Mr. Osita said the matter is already in court. So if he's sending you a message, you should send to his lawyer so that we meet in court.
Awesome. So
Thank you
Osita, if
very much. I wouldn't have
your messages to your lawyer, and okay, so the money, this is a very important part of the conversation. The money is back to the family, so it's not
yes.
okay. We need
Their
clarity on.
project, I will send you pictures. I will send you, if you need pictures of the project that this things was used for, I will send it to you. You will see them. So it is, see, there are things that I'm restrained to say. You understand? There are things that I'm restrained to say. Do you understand? There are things that I'm restrained to say. So it is not that he kept. Victor is a big boy, sir. I have to. It's not pride. It's not bragging or anything, but he's too big to descend to the arena of, you know, that kind of a thing. How much is involved? So he didn't chop the money. You understand? It is even Mr. Osita that we should be questioning. Why did he have to wait until he asked before transferring the money? We are my manager, so you are supposed to do your job. And when he lost, you understand? And the project that this thing, the money was used for are things that even Mr. Osita and his wife benefit from. So it is for everybody. It is still for the growth of the family. Somebody that has told you that he has spent not less than more than 60-something million on the family, and people he has to take responsibility and still go to extra mile to make sure that he set up structures to make sure that, because a footballer, sir, their time is limited, the time of their play is limited. So when you are in active service, there are certain things that you need to put in place so that you are not back to the streets. I also know some others that are, they were stars and later on, but he doesn't want to join that league. And that is why he needed somebody he could trust. But when the trust has been broken, he had to let him go and rewarded him handsomely. Victor did not eat the money, sir.
Okay. So I'm sure that's a question on everybody's lips. What happened to the money? So the gentleman here, who is Victor's lawyer, says as soon as Osita transferred the money to Victor, Victor redirected the money for family projects. Okay, beyond
yes,
this,
and the project is a project that is going to benefit the family, that income is going to be coming to sustain the family. Like I said, a footballer cannot play for more than 30 years inactive. Victor Osimhen is young. He's lucky that he was able to start his career at a very young age. So he could have some time, but there's no footballer that will play football for a consistent 30 years. So he's saving for the rainy day. And when the person you trust no longer gives you that opportunity, you have to take responsibility. He needed him by himself so that he could help him out so that he could concentrate in playing. But obviously, that trust has been broken and he had to look at you and start taking responsibility. The entire family, I don't want to start mentioning their names. Why are they not on social media every day complaining about Victor? They are all doing well. Where were they staying before? Where are they staying now? So these are the things you look at when somebody come and say, okay, this is okay. What? Be specific. There are so many questions that you asked me, Soxita, that day that I have no answer to. And I said, okay, to what end do you want to destroy this young man's career? If Victor decides to come back to Nigeria today and his career is destroyed, I hope everybody will be happy. So these are the issues that we are looking at from. These are the things that we are looking. He did not eat the money. For clarity, he did not eat the money.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Austin, and my regards to your client. And like I said earlier on, I hope the family finds peace. Brother-sister relationship is restored. Sister is happy, and Victor's career remains intact. Thank you for your time. Thank you for obliging us. And
thank you.
Rest of your weekend.
Thank you very much. I was glad when my team said I was the one to anchor this live interview with you, because I've admired you for a while, and thank God we are able to speak today.
Oh,
my pleasure meeting you finally, sir.
My pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much, and take care, and God bless.
God bless.
All right, guys, there you have it. Have a lovely weekend. I cannot do beyond this. I am not a judge. I do not run a court or even a mediation center. All I have is a platform. They talk. Everybody has the opportunity to pick their sides. But while you're picking your sides, remember not to instigate the family matter further and not to ruin Victor's career. Let's see how brother-in-law, wife, and brother can have their relationship united and everybody happy, and we all smile into a big blessed weekend. Take care, everyone, and God bless.